got Tomo from Blackbird in Cairns, ready to rock and roll for the Brewers Cup competition.
Yes.
Put your hands together, get excited. Come on, 4, let's go. Awesome, great. Just got to organise myself, I'm so sorry. Let's get our judges on. So head judge Nuno, then we got Matt, Daniel, Stacey, and Arn.
Hello, nice to meet you. Hello. Nice to meet you. Hi, nice to meet you. Yes. Yes. Water, yes. Just hot water. Boss. Can I have music, please? Thank you. Okay, are you ready? Time. Hello, judges. Thank you for being here and sharing your time with me today. May I start with a question? What does coffee mean to you? To me, specialty coffee has been a teacher. I learned to slow down and observe and to pay attention to small details. And most importantly, be intentional with my choices. Through coffee, I learned that the quality is never accidental. It is a result of small intentional choices. Today, I'm going to show you how the idea can be expressed in a cup. Now, before brewing, we need to define our destination, because brewing is not just following a recipe. It's more about knowing what we want to create and how to achieve it. Clarity in the cup starts with clarity in intention. What I'm looking for in the cup is clarity and complexity of flavor, balance, and juicy and smooth mouthfeel, long and sweet aftertaste. These qualities do not happen by accident. They are intentionally designed. They are intentionally designed, and every action, every choice that I make today is aligned with this goal, which inspired me to bring together two coffees. Today, I'm serving a blend of washed Kenya and washed geisha from Panama. Washed Kenyan coffee with its vibrancy and flavor intensity, and washed geisha from Panama with its florals and clarity. They shaped my understanding of flavors in coffee. And over time, I realized that the most beautiful coffees often come from producers who are constantly improving and making intentional decisions. And this mindset connects the two producers that I chose for you today. And now, I'd like you to experience each coffee individually. I prepare them separately, so please take a moment, have a smell, while I introduce each coffee. First, from Kenya, I selected a washed SL34 from Kamabinde Estate. Now in Kenya, it's common to grow different varieties together and pick cherries mainly based on color, which is a challenge for the quality because different varieties ripen differently and contain different sugar level. Kamabinde takes a more intentional approach by separating varieties and harvesting them at optimal ripeness to express each variety through potential. And And the result is this SL34, which is high in acidity and flavor intensity. Now from Panama, I chose a washed geisha from Hacienda La Esmeralda. This coffee was grown in El Vero farm at over 850 meters above sea level. After selective picking, this coffee was fermented in low temperature room for 144 hours and then slowly dried for 25 days. Through this process, they aim to preserve the delicate and floral qualities of the geisha variety. Now, these two coffees are very different, coming from different origins, but they are connected by the same mindset, intentionality, and continuous pursuit of quality, which I strive to carry forward as a brewer today. And this connection is what inspired me to blend them to create a cup that is both complex and harmonious. Now to me, brewing starts even before water touches coffee. The ratio of 25% geisha and 75% SL34 gave me the most balance between vibrancy from Kenya and the florals from the geisha. And as you can see, I place the coffee in 2 layers. By placing the geisha in the bottom, I aim to increase its extraction and also preserve its aromatic complexity. And by placing the Kenya just on top, we can get just enough extraction for its vibrant acidity to shine. This approach allows two coffees to express their strengths while creating harmony. And lastly, I use a Nucleus bloom to create a more consistent particle distribution, which, in my experience, always lead to more clarity, sweetness, and more mouthfeel in the final cup. I believe brewing should always start with intentional preparation. Now my recipe is designed to bring intentions into the cup. I use 16 grams of coffee to 240 grams of water in 3 pours, where each pour has a specific role. And by adjusting temperature and pouring, I guide how the final cup comes together. My first pour captures clarity and aromatics. I pour 80 grams at 80 degrees Celsius. This lower temperature encourages aromatic compounds to dissolve into the liquid rather than escaping into the air, which increases aromatic intensity and flavor clarity. Especially in my coffee, this highlights the geisha's aromatic complexity with florals and citrus notes. Now my second pour is designed to build structure and complexity. I do 80 grams at 92 degrees Celsius. By using a higher temperature, I aim to increase extraction to get more sweetness and acidity, building structure and intensity, especially from the Kenyan. And this combination of V60 nail and Hario metal paper ensures a fast and consistent water flow, which creates clarity in the final cup. And I chose a slightly coarser grind size, which gave me high clarity, while also getting me enough extraction for sweetness and complexity that I'm looking for in the final cup. Now my last pour is designed to define mouthfeel and aftertaste. I pour 80 grams again at 80 degrees Celsius. At this final stage, my goal is to define texture and to protect the clarity that were already built in the earlier stages. This lower temperature helps maintain clarity, and I do slow and controlled circle pour to maintain even saturation across the coffee bed, to minimize agitation, and to slightly increase the contact time. This combination of lower temperature and less agitation is going to enhance the quality of the mouthfeel and aftertaste in the final cup. Now, it's finally the time for you to enjoy this coffee. This blend combines a washed SL34 from Kamabindi in Kenya for structure and vibrancy, and a washed geisha from Hacienda Esmeralda in Panama for aromatic complexity. Together, they create a cup that is both complex and harmonious. And you will notice how Kenya brings vibrant acidity with deep sweetness, while the geisha adds more florals and citrus notes to create a cup that evolves as it cools. Now, for you to enjoy this coffee, I would like you to please follow my instructions. First, please assess the aroma directly from the carafe which I'm going to hand to you. You can give it a gentle swirl and smell directly from it. Here you will experience jasmine, Earl Grey, and honey. You can think of geisha's aromatic complexity supported by the intensity of the SL34. Now, I finally invite you to actually taste this coffee. Today, I'm serving this coffee in Nivea's border cups, which will elevate our sensory experience. After I call my time, please first taste from the thinner lip to assess acidity and flavor, and then taste from the thicker lip to focus on mouthfeel and sweetness, and keep tasting from the thicker side to observe how each attribute evolves, as this enhanced mouthfeel and sweetness bring more balance to the overall experience. Now in your cup, you will find the flavors of jasmine, citrus, honey, with Earl Grey finish. When hot, as it cools, Kenyan character becomes more pronounced. You will find more red fruits like red plum, along with berry notes like raspberries. The acidity is medium-high in intensity, has citric quality when hot, which becomes more malic and berry-like when it cools down. It is medium in body, rich and juicy in mouthfeel, and silky in texture when hot, which becomes more jammy when cooling down. The aftertaste is long and sweet, makes me think of Earl Grey and honey from hot to cool, and additionally, mixed berry jam when it cools down. Now, specialty coffee has been a teacher in my life. It taught me that quality is never accidental. This cup is also the result of intentional choices. What I did today was translating intentions into flavor. I hope that in this cup you can feel the intention of the producer and the roaster behind this coffee, and my intention as a brewer to bring out the best out of it. Thank you very much.
All right, congratulations.
Thank you. Thanks so much.
Great job. Judges are having a coffee. We'll have to talk a little bit about your routine.
Yes.
So you're coming from Cairns.
Yes.
That's a long way to come for a coffee competition.
Not too long. Just 2 hours.
Just 2 hours.
Yes.
That's a long walk anyway.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about what drove you, not literally, to come and compete so far away.
Good question. I always wanted to compete in Brewers Cup, and 2 hours of flight is not too long for me to do that. Yeah.
So tell me a little bit about your background in coffee.
Yes.
So your journey to getting to Brewers Cup, and I suppose the key word for you, intentionality, right?
Yes. Yeah. This is my first Brewers Cup, so I was thinking what I want to say or what I want to represent, and I really wanted to express why I am in coffee. And intentionality, it was the word that came to in my mind. Yep.
Fantastic. And I personally haven't seen coffee being layered in the V60 before.
Yeah.
Or in the Brewers. Very interesting.
Yeah.
So is this something that you explore a lot, or something new to you?
Yeah, that was new to me. Yeah, when I was exploring for coffees for this Brewers Cup, I went down to Option or Lab to play around with this grinder, and I already knew that I wanted to blend 2 coffees to create more complexity, and they told me why not using 2 different grind sizes for 2 different coffees or something.
Yep.
And yeah. That time, the idea came to my mind and started playing around, and yeah, I found out that the layering of 2 coffees brought something new to the cup.
That's great. I don't think people realize how hard enough it is to make one recipe, let alone to blend 2 coffees together with different grind sizes, different amounts. So
yeah.
Great job. I'm disappointed I didn't get to drink it. And congratulations. We'll make a bit of noise, Tomo, please, and congratulate him on his Brewers Cup. You say goodbye to judges?
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
This is another great time for us to mention our sponsors. We got Option Grinder, Voss Water, Hario, Cafec, Perme Filters, Knee Cups, Barista Supplies, and Brew Methods. Those supporting teams allow us to come all the way from Cairns and start to push new barriers about how coffee can taste and the intentionality we put in to make consistent cups of coffee. So great job, thanks.
Thank you so much.